JIt Camp Bonfire Podcast, episode 21.
21.
And today I'm here with a very special guest. It's been highly anticipated, long awaited, the homie Pusha Preme.
How you doing, man?
Good, bro. How you been?
Doing all right. I feel like I've been bugging you for a minute for this interview.
I know, man. I'm sorry, but I did the trials and tribulations of like finding the right space, finding the right equipment and stuff. I just wanted to make sure that yours was a good one. Make sure
yeah, it was definitely
right.
worth the wait for sure. I will say that. You know what I mean? I've been following your movement for a minute now, and you always show love. So I wanted to make sure that like someone that's been like watching the journey and, you know, even having a journey of your own and building, that we at least link up one time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure, man. I always appreciate you inviting me to all your like listening parties and stuff like
oh,
that.
Yeah.
Parties. You already know we're gonna pop out for that. Rep the 727.
Appreciate that. Yeah, it's gonna be a dope event. You know, and you know the main thing of it, right, is to show the city that we give back. I feel like with a lot of these venues closing, they try to blame hip hop for it. You know what I mean? And no, like we're the ones who are booking the venues on their off nights and throwing these shows. We're the ones that's bringing people who normally would only go to their core spots like a 7th and Grove or I don't know, Eden or Purple Heart. I'm sorry, what you said? Crowbar. Like some of those people have never been to these particular venues that we're renting out and we're showcasing. So it's like that's what it's all about. It's all about the art community linking up with the individuals, the consumers, and then bringing them to our world. So for them to blame us is like super unfair. It's just poor management. So, you know, I want to show them that it's like, okay, well, we can have a hip hop event that's a benefit concert because it's my second one. And it's going to be all safe. There's not going to be no killings, no beat ups, no nothing like that. And on top of that, it's just a unity. It's the first time I'm unifying like everybody. So Sarasota, St. Pete, Polk County, all sides of Tampa, East Tampa, West Tampa. You know, it's like because Tampa have their own little like squabble and stuff too. So, You know, we got some special guests popping up as well too. I know Tate Bay reached out to me, said if you can make it in time, he would. I know Brick told me if he'll make it out, he would. So it's going to be dope, you know. And the fact that, you know, we're doing it on my birthday, right? And most people on their birthday, they want to receive the gifts, but I want to give the gifts back because I know how it is to be that kid that, you know, you had to make that choice. You know, like one of my most vivid memories is when my mom asked me, do you want school supplies or do you want shoes? And I was just like, what? And mind you, this is when the Pippins came out, the AIRs. And I'm a big Jordan fan, so I was just like, I want the shoes, but like, okay, but then if you don't do good in school, then you get them for Christmas. That's, you know what I'm saying? So I realized that, you know, maybe she was doing that to teach me like an educational lesson, but maybe she was doing that because that was like a financial lesson. Yeah,
it could be a little bit of both.
So book bags nowadays, you know, for those that's watching this, by the time this comes out, hopefully, if it comes out post, then, you know, at least you guys know what we're fighting for.
I think it'll come out before. You're talking about the back to school bash.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it'll come out before.
Okay, perfect. If you guys are watching this, you know, just definitely tap in. But make sure y'all subscribe, like, and comment. Like, what he's doing here is, like, super, super, super dope. And the new studio is awesome, man. I love it.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you.
I want to give you a gift, too. Like, a little like, campfire thing or something. I'm going to think of something dope.
Hell yeah. We need a new one because I had this little one I got on Amazon that I had at the old studio, but it's kind of beat up now.
Okay. I'll get with the team. We'll make something for you. We'll definitely, you know, that'll be my gift to you, your housewarming.
Thank you, bro. My birthday is also in August, too. So
oh, wow.
Leo
okay.
Season,
what date?
August 13th.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Which is actually 813.
Wow. 813 day. Yeah. So I know they mentioned it to me that they might do something for 813 day. But I know it falls on like a Tuesday or a Wednesday, some odd day like that. So we'll see though. Hooch and High reached out to me and also Broken Mo. So we'll see what happens, you know.
So where's the back to school bash going to be at?
So it's going to be at the Crest building. It used to be the old immigration building. So they turned it into like a huge art installation. So it's like, you know, you have like everybody's there, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like no hole in the wall, like Tampa Ballet's there. A bunch of like the
screen door cinema,
a bunch of like they always have like these like exhibit rooms in there as well too. They just had one not too long ago. The mayor was there, so and it's huge. Like there's like multiple floors and like all the guys that are in there, all the artists, they're like real artists. Like they make money off this. Like they're selling like $1,500 paintings. There's a dude I've seen that he only does like stencils, like, you know what I'm saying, like not stencils, like he takes a pencil and he makes his art.
Yeah, like a sketch almost.
Like a sketch, yeah, but it's like dots, like.
Oh,
it's crazy. But it looks like as if you're looking at me. It looks 3D. It's crazy, bro. but that's the amount of talent. I just want all of us to be in the same spot because as they're I don't like using the word gentrification. As they're changing the scape of the our city, I don't want them to forget like the ones that actually make it matter. You can have a million McDonald's and stuff like that, but it's like people are always going to find something new. So don't take away the people who spend the time making art away from the spot where people will come to see art. You feel me?
Oh, I love that spot. Junkyard just had a show there. Takeo's had a show there.
Yeah, shout out to Takeo. Yeah, he was the one that put me on. Yeah, he put me on. Big shout out to Takeo, Tracy, and Sean. But yeah, once I saw it, I'm just like, this is dope, bro. Like, this is going to solidify who you are as Takeo, as a fashion designer. You know what I'm saying? Because like those particular rooms, they're like very spacious and it's all white. So it's like you can't just go there and like bullshit. You have to put something together. And he had that Matchbox that was there. Oh yeah, he killed that shit.
He snapped.
Hell yeah. I told Muse by Pablo, let me know what we got to do so we can get him in there too.
That would be crazy.
Yeah, we need like a rotation. Like we need to get all the guys together that have art and you know, and we just kind of like turn into like a joint, kind of like how Hov did Picasso Baby. That'd be fire, something like that, you know. And then Sean reached out to me. We did a Q&A there, so just teaching artists how to like, you know, register their music properly, sell out shows, you know, encode their stuff, you know, the proper way to approach podcasters and medias and stuff like that too. So that was dope too. Shout out to Ray Roy.
Yeah, man, I always appreciate like your professionalism and how the way you like carry yourself and promote yourself as an artist. I feel like a lot of local artists can also like learn a lot from that. Just by the way, like all your album rollouts make sense. There's always like some sort of event or listening party tied into it, and then we're ready for the album. Yeah.
I mean, that's the fun part, man. It's just like creating the story for me. You know, I kind of slacked this month because I just put out the singles all in July, but time has been moving so fast since we did the Rock Nation thing, then the Apollo thing, that I was like, dang, the last time I dropped something was in November of last year. That's how fast life's been moving, you know. And I'm normally like a quarter artist, like I'll do something here, but it's just been too busy. So I'm like, all right, in July, just to let you guys know that like I'm not slacking. I do have records. It's just, you know, I want to go through that process to tell that story. But I was like, oh, you know, I'm gonna just drop something every week.
Yeah, let's talk about the new Rock Nations songs that you dropped. The Like Whoa with homie Sam Hughes. Two Tampa Titans on one track.
Yeah, man. That was a record we had a minute ago. I can't even remember the time frame, but I remember that was the time where I was working with him and I was working with Heavy Lyrics at the same time, and in India a lot as well too. But yeah, you know, we got the distribution through Rock Nation, a company called Equity, and then my A&R is Jay-Z's nephew, Real Carter. So like we talk like all the time, like, you know, and it's just basically just like, hey, it's advice. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to like finesse nothing or like get in because I know somebody. I feel like the work speaks for itself. So, you know, it's been really good. You know, we dropped like 5 singles now, you know, and we probably might do one more, or we might just put it together, make it an EP. I'm just gonna see what the stats are saying and see what people like, you know, because the last project to me is like my favorite one. I think there's so many gems on that album.
Yeah, that Tory Lanez track is already like your number 2 song.
Yeah. It was a big shouts to that. And then now he's actually dropping music from jail. So I
saw that.
So it's like the content, you can't make this shit up, man. You can't make it up. So it's just, I always tell people it's God's plan. Just gotta stay consistent.
Did you have that one in the tuck, or is that like a newer record?
No, that was a newer record. So we got that through like a mutual friend. I can't really say his name. And then because like they were just trying to get records off, you know, because like
he's about to go out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes like when you're locked up, like they have like a bunch of records that they're just selling. You know what I'm saying? Mm. So like, okay, I'm not using this record. Let me just, you know, go off with it. So we was able to kind of like work something out with that one, and then there you go. I didn't think they were going to clear it until like we was previewing it, and it was just like, yeah, you good to go. I'm like, oh, word. But now it makes sense now because he's dropping as well too. So it's like the flow, you know, the flow of things.
So let's talk about the early days, man. I don't know too much about the early history of Pusha Preme.
Okay. I'm open book. Tell me what you got.
So how'd you make your way down to like Tampa Bay?
So I came out here 2015. So I was in New York. We was trying to work out something with Live Nation, me and my brother Reaching Nova, and then like he stopped doing music for like spiritual reasons, and then it was just that choice, like, okay, do I stay in New York and then grind it out, or do I just go back to Florida and then like, just kind of just see what happens from there. So my man L, he was like, yo, just come back down. I think this is like your calling card. I think you're going to be straight. So I was like, okay, cool. Came back down. It was super rough, you know what I mean? And then I didn't want to be like the rapping dad. So I was kind of just keep thinking like, because my daughter was like, oh, I had my daughter in high school. So I was kind of just writing private stuff like that. And I did one show during that time frame just because I was just like in a writing bag, that's like my gift is like the rapping, putting the bars together, the themes, stuff like that. And we did a show, and then Gats had pulled up. Gats pulled up with Wilson. This was before Wilson had Rolling Loud. And then like they was kind of like telling me all their plans and things like that. So I was like, oh shit, like, this could be like a resurgence for me. But the thing is, I don't want them to know me when I'm not Pusha Preme. Reason being is I just want that privacy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I saw like when Gas got there, it was like, take a picture, do this, feature, take a picture, do this. And I remember in New York, you always have to be an artist 24/7. It was annoying, yo. Sometimes like you just don't want, like if we play ball, I just wanted to talk about basketball. I don't want you to like feel compelled to be like, yo, bro, like I've been trying to get around to your music, but I like you don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like sometimes perception changes the way people talk to you, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to put that pressure on nobody. And I just felt like the transition from Tampa and everything I've been doing in New York was going to like catch up because I always work harder than my peers. And then, just started making like the Sequoia masks, like the really simple ones. And then I was, just kind of testing it out. And at the time when I met my wife now, back then she was my girl, I was watching an interview with MF Doom. Just randomly popped up. And then his story was like synonymous to mine. It's like he had a brother. I had a brother. His brother passed away and stopped doing music. My brother stopped doing music. He passed away, knock on wood. Hope he lives forever. And then he became the Metal Face Doom and I became Pusha Preme. So I just like, okay, maybe this is like an extension of like what he's doing here. And then my goal was always to like, when I stopped making music with Cash, that I didn't want people to be like, oh, well, Cash is better because of this, or Preme is better because of that. I didn't want that to be a thing. You know what I'm saying? Because they was doing that with the clips. They do that a lot with groups. You know what I'm saying? When groups split up, they'd be like, one's better than the other. So I wanted, like, you don't need to know. It's not important like what I look like, what influence I can give you. We have a conversation. The music will always stand on its own. That's the reason why I'm here. You know what I'm saying? So then I started working with Katrina, and then we started like working on the Premes just based off the music. So whatever I'm going through, those things are put in there. That's why we would do one every album.
So let's talk about Time.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow, the project Time?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
We're going way back.
Okay. Time, things I must earn. Yeah.
What was the kind of concept behind that one? Was it kind of just like, I'm Pusha Preme now, like this is how we're going? This is an introduction to my sound, the new sound, or? Nah,
I was going through so many fucked up things, man. I just had to just like put it out there. That project's mad aggressive. Yeah. Wow, it's mad aggressive. Yeah, because I was going through the custody battle, the child support situation. Me, like when I used to live in Tampa, when I was out here the first time, I was up. You know what I mean? I was in the military. I was up, and then I ran into some court issues, and then I went to school in Mississippi. Then when I went to New York, I had to restart my life and come back and restart it again. It's like seeing my peers like progress, like, one of our close homeboys already had a house already. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, I'm on the couch. You know what I'm saying? It's like it wasn't a good feeling. So I was just mad at myself at that time. So yeah, that one was just like everything I was feeling, like songs like Making Them Pay. Like that's how I felt. Like me and Yizma was doing all these fucking shows and just like, yo, like we're bringing the crowds. Why did I paying us for the crowds? You know what I'm saying? And then when we negotiate, they try to be funny style. That's actually that's so funny, segueing it now. Because the way my memory works, man, is like I have to kind of like, it's like a roller coaster, right? I got to get into it, and as it goes, and then like all the scenes and shit starts happening, it's like an Epcot ride, I would say. So I'm just like, oh yeah, I remember that. Why like it defines like because I don't really think about things in the present moment. I'm just trying to catch up to like the future me.
Yeah.
So because of that whole Make 'Em Pay thing, we did a show at Fubar, St. Pete. That's actually where I got a lot of my roots from. That's why I got so much love for St. Pete. I did a lot of shows in St. Pete. We did a show at Fubar, and then someone was telling me about Ibeer and Rooster, and this guy was like, yeah, I'm going to put you on the show, da-da-da-da-da. So he put me on the fly and stuff like that. I was promoting it for a month. And when you're a new artist, it's like DMs. Like you're hitting up everybody. I put a lot of time into hitting everybody up, given my situation, the trauma I was already going through. And then like the last 2 weeks, he just took me off the flight, took me off the show. And I'm just like, why did you do that? He's like, oh, I don't have to explain myself. I was like, what? Nigga, I put all this time into this thing, and people actually bought tickets. Like, he's like, yeah, I just want to go a different route. So then I went to Iberian myself, and then I set up the whole show. So when we set up the whole show, because we used to set up our own shows at Webster Hall in New York anyway. So I wasn't like new to it. I just started in Tampa. It's like you had to know somebody, because I still felt like there was a little bit of like hip hop versus like skin color kind of thing over there. So I went to Iberian. I set it up with the lady, and then boom, that show right there is like probably one of my best put together shows, because we decorated it downstairs. We had food menu items that went with the album. It came with a cassette, came with like gift bags. We had like our own like themed drink that you can have with it. So like it was like a hunch punch kind of thing that you could have with it. And it was a time where like all the top musicians now were like getting in their prime. So Omari was my violinist. I had Charles. I had Ron on drums. It was like a really good show. And we had the huge projector in the background. So we was like super ahead of our time. Then on top of that, I had like mad people open for me that was like my homies, and I comped them on gas for it. So it was Outside Gang. I don't know if you remember Outside Gang with Frankie, Suo, and all them.
Oh yeah,
Outside
World,
early
yeah.
tune before the break. So all of them popped out there, and it was like till today. If you asked them, that was the event where everyone was just like, yeah, we need to start throwing our own shows.
Shout out Outside World.
Shout out Outside World.
So then after that one, you did the Before I Say I Do, the
Yeah.
813 classic.
Yeah,
one
yeah.
of my favorite projects.
Everyone says that one. That one life got a little bit better. That was after the DUI situation. So after that situation, I had to kind of like I just started listening to like different music. I just felt like my life was going in the wrong direction. It's like I came here to better myself, and it wasn't really factoring in. And then like I didn't know if like me and Angie was gonna be a long-term thing and stuff like that. So I just kind of wanted to make an album to kind of like release all those setbacks before I say I do. You know what I'm saying? So like calling me back, like, okay, no more streets, like stay out the streets. You know what I'm saying? No more finessing, then doing anything like that. Songs like Party Time, like because I used to party promote too. So it's like partying was my thing. I would like leave work early if I could party if I had to. You know what I'm saying? Then you have like They Say They Love You, so just going through just like homies just like dropping out and stuff like that. That one was that was a pretty good one. My favorite one is still Heroes Eventually Die. But like no, Before I Say I Do, most of my like day one fans, that's their favorite one for real. They got a lot of bops though. I ain't gonna hold you. Like Apple Pie, Better Than Yourself, Adam and Eve. Yeah, that one was a really fucking activate. Yo, so that one we did. That one was like a late edition. We did that one because now you're bringing me up to speed during COVID. Because Frankie, not Frankie the artist, but Frankie from Franklin Manor, he had a situation with a female, like drugging females or something like that. And then he had that crazy ass statement that he made about like the black community and Black Lives Matter. So I made that song in compass of him. That's why we had in the video it was like burning down Franklin Manor.
I love that video.
That video was dope, man.
And Frankie X slides on it.
Yeah, he did. I remember when we was doing when we was working on it, he wanted to like match the rapping, and I'm like, nah, bro, you gotta smooth this out. Because what the record that impressed me with Frank was I forgot the name of it, but it was like a brown video. And it was back when like that static movement was happening. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like now everybody does it, but he was like the first one I saw that had that going on. And it was like a boom, boom. It was like a mosh kind of vibe. And he's like, in the sound of the attitude, to the sound of the data. He was like flowing like that. So I told him like, yo, for Activision, you don't gotta do that, bro. Like let it breathe, bro. Trust me, let it breathe. Like with music, you have to you can't feel like your vocals are should be overpowering the production. The music always comes first. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the days, instrumentals used to be like bridges. You know what I'm saying? No one say anything, and you got the strings playing, and people used to love that. Yeah. I mean, even with bands like the solos and stuff like that. So that's when he started like letting it breathe and then adding the ad-libs on there. You know what I mean? But he'll tell you that though. He'll tell you that. I definitely was like, bro, go that way. You know what I mean? Same thing with C Bane. I told C Bane like, yeah, you wanna be a little bit more melodic more because of the production that you pick. Sometimes when you go too aggressive against the 808s, like it's hard to hear what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? But if you just like change those keys up a little bit, it'll make you a little bit more creative when you're in the booth. You feel me?
So my favorite album from you is actually Red October.
Well, for real?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Red October was when I was in my bar stage. I just wanted to like because I made so many of those bops that everyone was like, oh yeah, you know, Preme went pop and commercials. So I'm like, nah. I mean, the bars are always in there, but it's like during that time, lyric videos wasn't a thing, and like captions on everything wasn't a thing. Or you'll see them. There's a bunch of double entendres and stuff like that. Even the apple pie is about eating box.
Yeah.
You know, so but damn, Red October, yeah. The rollout for that one was really good. That event that we did at
that hotel.
Yeah, the Renaissance Hotel. And they never have hip hop. Even till today, like we're the only people, you know, shouts to Talib and them, that we can do like that kind of event in there. They do not allow that at all. That cannot be replicated. That was dope. I remember Davi had pulled out and he hosted it. The only thing I wish we would have done, and until today I'm still mad at you about that Sunday, I wish we would have just timed the screen in the background, because we wanted to make it like a visual journey. But the thing is, it just wasn't timed right with each song. But yeah, that was dope.
I remember you were playing the videos and stuff, like that Never Thought video with homie J Brown.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that joint. That's one of my favorite tracks.
That's a really good fucking song. Never Thought. Yeah, one of my favorite songs to perform. That one, so J Brown's a character. When I first approached him on it, he was just telling me like, yeah, you know, let me know when you want to work on the song. I sent him the beat. He was loving the beat. He was like, yo, I'm gonna have something for you on Sunday. I'm like, cool, because I like kind of like working spontaneously anyway. This motherfucker had the whole song done. I'm like, whoa, bro. I got something to do as well too. So he's like, all right, well, we could just blend them together. But yeah, that's when he came up with the whatever it is for all of my people gone too soon. Like that's all him. Like he had like the whole verse, like 32. He's a writer. He had the whole thing done already. So I just added my little tidbits right there, and then like we just took it from there. Then I gave him the Never Thought. I was like, the only thing that your song is missing is a chant, because like they're gonna hear you, the Trigger City and all that, but they're not gonna know the name of the song because it's like it's so rapid. You want to give them the spacing.
No, I see that for sure. I would love when you guys, like when he was your hype man and stuff, when you guys would perform that shit, it would go crazy, like at Tampa Beat and like at other spots.
Yeah. Yeah, no, J Brown's special, man. He's one of my favorite artists here in the city. Like his he's so passionate when he's working on music. It's like you can feel it, you can hear it, you can see it.
I also like Ain't Playing Games, that one too.
Oh, Sick of These Games?
Sick of These Games.
Yeah, that was a fan favorite for real. Like I was watching something on No Labels Necessary, and it was like, yeah, like this one girl had a song that was 9 years old, and she got it popping back up, and it like it took off. I forgot her name, but that's a really good one. That was a really good one.
And the video was crazy too, where you guys were all like in that room,
yo, shouts
like,
to Jock, man. Yeah, like that's when the what's this thing's called? The Instagram rooms was like really popular. So that was the first one. Yeah, they definitely looked out. It was like a family company too. So they was like, yeah, you know, for the whole room it'd be this. I'm just like, yo, but I'll give you guys credit. I'll do this. It's called the Snap House. That's what it's called. Give you guys credit, do this. And that's when I started learning about like business negotiation. Because sometimes bread is good, right, for a business. But it's like, you know, depending on like how they're looking at it, because those could be like taxable dollars, you know what I'm saying? So the write-off would be like, hey, if you discount this and we'll give you the free promo, that way you don't have to spend the money on the promo. We're doing it for you. So it was a good turnaround. Shouts to Jock. That was the first time that we did like a set in any video that I've done. But I mean, this is already built, you know what I mean? But we definitely came together. Fadi's the one that got all the models together last minute. Yeah, that was dope.
Wrong Way is my favorite song on there though. Wrong
Way's hard, bro.
Yeah.
Wrong Way's tough, man. I was just talking to AD. Yeah, Wrong Way is tough. That was like, you know, me talking about, everyone was thinking that like, you know, okay, we see what's going on with the rap, but now you have a family, you know, your daughter's getting older, maybe you should chill. I'm just like, you think I'm going the wrong way? I came from the couch, literally, you know what I'm saying? Like from the couch, no car, nothing, you know what I'm saying, to where I'm at that particular time. Like, no, we got to keep it going. Got to keep it going.
And then you had Outside on there.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Originally had Outside. The original Outside. Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be as big as it was. It was Jay Brown who told me to like, he's like, yo, make sure you push this. So that's when I dropped it as a single in January. Then QC Media posted about it. And then Tom had liked it and he put a comment. And I've always been trying to work with Tom G for a minute. And then I was like, yeah, this is the song I was telling you about. And I always tell this story. So we're here waiting for Tom, right? We did a 2-hour session. We did like 2 songs prior to waiting for Tom. Son, it's like 7:45. Where the fuck is Tom G? So I'm just like, damn, man, you know, I knew it, man. And then he pulled up, right? So he pulled up like, my bad, guys. You know how he is.
Yeah.
And but I didn't know that he has like kids and family too. So like it makes
Yeah.
sense for him. Like, and if he does a favor for anybody that's watching this, it's a real deal favor. He does not have to do that shit at all. He's like super busy. So he loved it a lot. But he didn't have it written. Oh, it's 7:45, bro. So he's like working on it. He's working on it. And then the 8:00 session comes in. We all look, like the door opens. We all look like, and then I was like, it's like, oh, yo, my bad. We about to wrap up. I got Tom there finishing his verse for me. They're like, oh, Tom G's in there. You good, cuz? And then they left. And then I was like, yo, Scott, like, let me know if like, you know, if I got to throw him some bread or whatever or not for us to kind of like let him finish. And they're like, nah, like they just text me. They're like, they good. Like they were just gonna come and like vibe and work on some shit anyway. So I was like, yo, that's love, bro. So shout out to those two artists that did that.
Man, it's Tom G. He's the 813 GOAT.
No,
bro.
yeah, word. But yo, sometimes you know, sometimes people don't respect the elders. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know how that shit was gonna turn out.
I remember seeing Tom G perform I'm There at fucking Last Damn Show when I was in like 6th grade.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So you grew up with him being who he is.
Yeah, even though like I was on the St. Pete side, like he still got heavy play like on 94.1. It
Yep.
was 98.7 back then. But
Oh wow.
yeah. I got to get him on here soon. I reached out to him about it. It's just got to
Manifestation,
be the right
man.
time.
Manifestation.
So then after that, after Red October, you dropped the third album in the trilogy. I think it's like a trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
The Hate to Say Goodbye.
That one's so slept on, man. We just rushed a lot of the mastered mixes, but that one is probably like production wise. Because I could be biased because I had a lot of it was the first album that I wanted to have like production credits on. So me and Cranky would sit there, and then he would do this, and I'd be like, because I mean, I don't have to like hit the beat machine to make a beat. You know what I'm saying? Like I have like a bunch of melodies that I just record on my voice note. So I was just sending to him just like that, like piece by piece, and then I would leave from my job on my break, and then drive down to Grand Bay. And we just work on it. Every record we worked on. A couple of them was Jumpman J beats at the time, but yeah, majority of that one, yeah, that one's dope. I just felt like I should have categorized it a little bit more because they had mad different songs on there. You know what I mean? So it had like that Cactus Jack, Travis Scott style, but then it also had Feel Some Way, which is kind of like a Post Malone kind of record. Then it had Live Free Die Young, which is kind of like a rock and roll hip hop kind of ordeal.
Yeah.
Then you had
Word of My Dead.
Word of My Dad. Yeah,
It's like a
Yism
banger.
loves that song.
It's like the New York banger.
Yeah. Oh shit, man, that was I should have took my time with a lot of those. But we'll see though. We'll see how time goes. Like once things going, I was thinking about like Fetty, shouts to him. He was like he's like, yo, I got to take your records and make like a greatest hits out of it. I'm just like, bro, it's like I haven't been doing it long enough to do that. But he's like, yeah, but it's like there's so many records that is like I got to go back and I got to add them to my playlist. I just want you to just take them, and I think people would appreciate them. So I'm like, okay, we'll see.
So Heroes Eventually Die. What makes that one your favorite one? Is it because it's the newest one, or you just had the most time with it?
Yeah, I had the most time with it. I worked with Wild Child Beats on that one very, very heavily. I took my time just with like the growth of everything as that, because you know, rest in peace. Once my grandmother passed, that would have been the Hate to Say Goodbye would have been the last one. Like I was done. I was mentally done, and to be able to like to build off that and then just make like more quality music, like better quality music. And when I say better quality, it's just like song structure. I think the song structures on a lot of those songs are way better than all the other previous projects. Some of them are just like not like apple pie, like Adam and Eve. It's just a loop. You know what I'm saying? Just a really loop, and really and truly like the where the hook is like I wouldn't have put the hook there. But at the time, I was just like freestyling a lot of those songs. So this one in particular is the one where it's just like we built the freestyle while we was in there. So like Think I Need My God was like line by line with Skylar. You know what I'm saying? Prisoner of War was like, okay, I want something to where the crowd can like fill it in. So I looked at it more so that's like my performance album. Like I could perform any song on that album and it'll have like an impact on people. Then I was also able to touch more of like my more like Paul softer side with songs like Desire and things like that. So That's why it was my favorite. It just shows that I can actually see the growth. Because sometimes with the other ones, it's like, I have my own confidence in myself. So I'm just like, okay, like, yeah, I do that. And plus I wasn't writing any of that stuff too. You know what I'm saying? It was like, I hear the beat, I get a couple lines in my head, and as it's going, then it's just like, okay, I'm just trying to impress like the next line, which is a good or bad thing. You know, it kind of like hurts the storytelling, but it's like it keeps like the listener intrigued. You know.
What Does Love Really Cost is really my favorite song on there.
For real?
Yeah, it's one of my favorite songs you've ever done.
Bro, I love that song, yo. I love that song, and that's why you have to kind of like have like, you have to kind of believe in your product, because I put it on this guy's album review thing, and yo, he went in. Oh my God.
He didn't like it?
He did not like it at all.
Man,
I called Wild Child. I'm just like, yo, Wild Child, the mix is fucked up. The yachty thing that we did, that we shouldn't have done that. And he's like, I don't know, man, because the thing is, like, I forgot that shouts to Y94.1, when we did the new joint of the day, I gave them that song, When It Comes to You, and Prisoner of War. Yeah, that song, Prisoner of War, When It Comes to You, and they picked that song to play on the radio. I remember. Just
like the part when you do that way back part. You know what I mean? Like the more melodic part.
Yeah.
It just like, I don't know, like I just felt like when I heard that song for the first time, I was like, dang, like he really hit like another level on that one.
Appreciate
like
the
progression,
man.
From like all the other albums to like that.
I'm trying to find the nice blend between it, because those are my favorite parts, man. Just like, I like being like an instrument in there, you know, and then having like, I can do like the Michael Preme with the high voice, and then I could do like the low voice, I could do like 2-tone stacks, you know what I mean? And then that album, I actually got to tap into like my African side, like I am African. So, you know, I just wanted to kind of like work on those more, and not really feel like I had to, chase the ghost. Like some people just like, oh, you know, I got to be better than this because people like that version of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, it's like my old shit by my own albums, whole voice, you know, like, nah, this is where I'm at. And it's like I said, it's just more storytelling songs. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, What Your Love Really Cost, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. I like the harmonies on that.
So is your background the reason why you dived more into that dance hall kind of vibe?
Yeah, definitely. I'm from West Africa, and what made Adam and Eve was my mom was like, oh, you know, because we're all in like a WhatsApp chat, right? So my cousins and nephews, they always be like, oh, we heard you on your show. My mom's like, yeah, but you don't really like make like world music. It's just like, if you ever to go back home, you just showcasing like what America's taught you. But she said music is all about culture. So, you know, that's why like reggaeton has this kind of thing. That's why, you know, I'm just trying to like spitball them right now. Tribal music has its own kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So dance hall has, because like, you know, you have to be a part of the culture from when it comes from. Those drums and things like that, they stem from like the background of what the individual is. So that's why I was like, you know what, let me take my time and kind of start doing it. And then when Wild Child, I always ask every black person this. I'm just like, what's your background? They're like, I'm just black. And I'm like, the black? You're not black. But yeah, I am black. Like, no, you're black. Well, I'm American. No, not really. If like America can't produce another version of you, you know what I'm saying? Like your bloodline is not here. So that was a good try. But no, so anytime, then it opens a wider conversation. Well, where are you from? And I tell them, and then now it's like it gets them inquisitive to know who they are. So with Wild Child, he used to be like, he'll make the beats, right? And he'll be like, oh yeah, I don't only just do Afro beats, which is okay, but you don't have to say that, because you're probably not tapped into those particular roots to know like where you are in your background. It's really important to know who you are. You know what I'm saying? It builds the structure of your foundation. So with that, that's what kind of, and then he started getting nice at it now. So then we brought Ivan in, and Ivan comes from a more Spanish background. And then now that I'm showing him, you know, like the T.I.M.E pianos and the drum pad and the log drums, now it's like, it makes sense because he's Mexican. But, you know, before the Columbus thing, Mexicans and Africans were already trading, and the Vikings, mad a long time ago, they all been cool because they're all melanated people, feel me? So now he's getting nice at it. So now he's like, yo, I want to do some more stuff like this. That's what we dropped Root Love and Fatima. So it's like, you know, it's always been there. So maybe that's what I needed to do to kind of progress. And then Adam and Eve charted on Apple twice under 2 different labels. We had that whole run in Ghana. It was playing us on like their little BET thing. They're playing us on the radio like every day.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I for me, it's like I'm not gonna force it, man. I'm gonna go with the flow where I need to be.
So let's talk about Caleb Music.
My guy Caleb Music.
Last episode, the homie Caleb Music. Let's talk about how you guys got tapped in and brought him on as your hype man.
Yeah, I don't look at him as a hype man. He's a part of the show. He's a part of the band. To be honest with you, anybody that's up on that stage with me, they're not hype people. They're part of the conglomerate. You know what I'm saying? They're just as important as the dancers, as the sound man, as the keyboard player. Everyone's important. And he reached out to me to do a show, and I was just like, yeah, what's your budget, stuff like that, because I want to make sure that and when I ask people this, I don't ask you what's your budget because I'm trying to make money off of you. I just want to know, do you have the finance for me to give you a Pusha Preme show? It's not fair if you just tell me to just come up there and then just do it with my DJ. That's not why we're sitting here. That's not why you're talking to me. You're talking to me because you want that. So let's figure out how we can make that happen for you. He didn't even have a sound guy that day, so my band had to run sound for the whole show. So big shout out to Andrew. So he hit me up, and he was a general. So it was kind of hard to pinpoint it because on the phone he sounds one kind of way, but then when you see him in person, it's different. It's just he has that Gorilla Monsoon kind of thing, but he talks so soft, on some Tyson shit. But he's dope though, and he's been through a lot. We have very, very synonymous backgrounds, and it just kind of just worked really, really well, real fluent. It's as if LeBron and Kyrie was on the same team. You know what I'm saying? And he takes a lot of sacrifice to come from St. Pete all the way to where I'm at to do things that we got to do when we got to travel and things like that. So I told him yo, I got your back forever. So when I got the equity situation, I'm like, yo, just let me know anytime you want to put music to that platform. It's not a problem. Because my whole goal anyway is to build a distribution company here in Tampa. I know we already have Symphonic, but I want to do one that kind of pertains more to the Tampa artists, because I feel like Symphonic is really good when it comes to world music. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the Hispanic. But we don't have nobody here in Tampa that's really running it. You know what I'm saying? Like a hit factory. We don't really have that here, but we have a bunch of talented people. We was running through the not to get off, but we was running through the practice. I just wish that I would, because I don't be on live like that all the time. I'm doing it now just so I can kind of just get into the habit.
Yeah.
But when at the rehearsals that we did, yo, bro, the rehearsals was so fire, bro. It was so dope seeing everybody in that element. And mind you, my band was behind them, so some Izzy was rapping with the vocals on, and when the vocals ran out, right, because the track is done, he just kind of doing the keys, and he's just kind of spitting and getting into this more of it felt like a jam band, bro. Shit was hard, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. That shit was dope. So Thursday's gonna be dope because it's gonna be a different type of show. You know what I'm saying? The show is gonna be that Kendrick Lamar style pop up, and the reason why I wanted to do that, because I feel like for instance, the guy that's behind the cam. Shouts to you, by the way,
shout
too,
out
bro.
Nate.
So if he was to come to the show, right, and he don't know nobody, how can he be engaged, right?
Mm.
How can you be engaged with music you never heard before, right? And the only person that has that kind of power is a DJ. A DJ can play a new song for you, and you can be like, I like that song, right? But he's probably going to change the EQ, the speed, and all other stuff. So what we were to do that with artists you never heard before? How would that work? It is working, because right now on, I think it's called FM1, they have these DJs that in their crib, and they're just playing fire joints.
Oh, Sector FM.
Yes.
Yo, shout out Sector FM.
So the thing is, some of those songs I don't know, but I'm vibing with them because everyone else is vibing. So if you as an artist can be paired up with somebody else or another sonic that kind of fits the status quo, I think that's going to be the best way to put a show together. So now it's going to be back to back, maybe some intermissions with some hits that's out on the radio right now, and then spin the rest of it together. Now you have a cohesive show that is going to flow because the DJ's the one that's pushing it.
Yeah, I always appreciated your shows because you had the live band, you had the Wandering Assassins. Were you always looking for that? You didn't want to just be, I'm just a rapper on stage.
No, I grew up around live music. So my uncle back in when I lived in the Bronx, he used to come pick me up from the Bronx, take me to Rochester. We'd go to the jazz festivals. I think live music is the best way to hear music because the instruments are live. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, I do going to regular shows that I'm not taking nothing away from them, but my preference would be that, Yeah. So anytime that I'm able to, put that towards my fans or my peers or my supporters, I'm gonna invest in that and make sure that happens.
Did they come up with the name Wandering Assassins, or you kind of came up with that?
No, it was Ron. So Ron Anderson, the drummer at the time, he came up with it. He said because we wander around and we fuck shit up. And you know, we all were assassins. Like we all had masks on at the time. Now it's kind of you know, we've been kind of like rotating people, stuff like that, and people like, you know, after COVID, we're in the hair era now, so everyone got dreads or braids. So it's like, as I'm making the mask for them, they're just not fitting. And then when I'm looking at it, the recap videos, and it's like, nah. We're gonna have to think of something else.
So how was it for you doing that show at the Apollo, man, to go back to New York and just turn up like that?
It was amazing, man. I'm not gonna hold you. I reached out to Reach Nova and I was like, hey, we got to do this, you know. And at first, just like, nah, like Caleb, you know, Caleb's been with you. I was like, no, there's gonna be another time for Caleb. Plus, Caleb had the St. Pete Pier. That was like that moment for him, you know what I mean, to perform in front of 5,000 people, and then across the streets, the hospital that he was born in. You know, everyone has to have those pivotal moments. And for Cash, like, you know, we used to take that bus that passes by the Apollo all the time. You know what I'm saying? And then Cash's mom, which is like my mom as well too, she performed at the Apollo a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? So to spin the block and then do that, it was amazing, man. Like you could still feel like the energy from like all the other individuals in there. Yeah, it was dope. It was really dope. And it was like, at first I was a little concerned, because I'm just like, I don't have much time, right? And the way the theater is, like, there's not a lot of like interaction. Like you have to kind of like put it all right there on the stage and hope the energy resonates with the crowd. So we had them going. We had with the lights out. We had dropped this new song called Swish, which is kind of like that Cash Cobain kind of flow. And so I was like, oh, okay, you know. I met a bunch of people. I met Corey Guns. I always mention that, but I met everyone that was there. But Corey Guns is like that's like a pivotal moment, because I remember listening to Corey Guns every day going to school, every day. So when I saw him, I'm just like, yo, bro, it's like you're like a myth, bro. I never thought I was gonna see you in person. Mm-hmm. So he was just like, yo, you did your thing up there. I'm gonna be tapping in with you. That picture, all that. I'm like, oh shit, it's crazy.
That's wild. I remember seeing him. He was on like one of the XXL like freshman covers way back in the day. And then he got signed to Young Money and all that shit happened. Yeah,
he got a song with Wayne. And sometimes he may have, you know.
One of Wayne's biggest songs.
Biggest songs of all time, bro. It's crazy.
And he's in that crazy Inception video.
Yeah.
I remember when that shit dropped on like MTV, bro. It was crazy. For Carter 4.
Yes. Oh my God, bro.
I wish it was still like that, kind of like.
Well, it's up to us now.
Drop shit.
It's up to us now. Now it's like we have to. I mean, Worldstar was supposed to be that, but it became so microwave. But the thing is, like, now we just have to find a way to create that platform. So I was talking, I put it on my story, because we used to do the video release parties at Culture Control, because they have a movie theater room, movie theater seating, stuff like that. So I didn't really, because I'm always working the event, so I don't get a chance to like see what's going on. You feel me? So I was like, yo, do you guys want? And people was like, yo, like, why did you stop doing that? Like, do that all the time. So when we finished the video with me and Sam, we're gonna do that. And then the Swish video with Taylor Moon, we're gonna do that. And I know me and Caleb we're in works of doing something as well too. So I just want to make it a event. And then we got the documentary as well too. So it's like we got so much to put together. It's just flow in due timing.
You got a documentary coming out?
Yeah. So at the Rock Nation show that we had, we showed them like the first episode. So it's going to be in episodes. And then I'm trying to find like a way I could segue, because I want to kind of do like the way Game of Thrones kind of writes their stories, in a sense to where it's like, it'd be like this, like let's say he's filming, right? He's filming as part of the documentary, and then now it's like I get up and leave, and now it's your 3 episodes, and you meet Caleb in his 3 episodes, and then I just come back, and me and Caleb switch. It's like it's catching up to what I've been going on, and it becomes like this big RPG game of just like the Tampa Bay area, which is also including St. Pete, Sarasota, Polk County, like all of our lives. I think people would watch that on Amazon. That's what I want to put this on. I'm putting it on Amazon. I think they would watch that because it kind of shows you how each artist kind of like gets to their point, and it's like that big what if, like, is they gonna make it? Are they not? You know.
I love Game of Thrones, so I'll definitely be checking that out for
sure.
Yeah, no,
definitely.
Dope that it's
definitely.
on Amazon too.
Yeah, well, we're gonna queue for it right now. Like we have enough to where we could do it, but I still want to be able to segue that next episode, because my biggest thing that I hate about TV shows that come out, the time I do get to watch TV, the rare times, is that like they'll just stop. You know what I'm saying? Like I hated the fact that X-Men 97 just stopped at season 1.
Bro, I just finished that. I watched it this weekend, and it's one of the best X-Men things I've ever seen.
Not facts.
Like I wish the movies were like that.
Facts. I mean, they're working on that. I think this Deadpool movie is definitely going to open that back up. You know what I mean? But then there's like the nostalgia that plays a part of it too. You know?
Yeah, that intro hits it.
And then another one too. What's it called? Not Impossible. Man, it's the one with Omni-Man. Unbreakable. Help me out. It's Unbreakable. Invincible.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, like they just dead stopped in the track in the middle of season 2 like it's nothing, and then it's like whatever. So I hate that. So I don't want to do that to nobody else. I want to at least have, I would at least have like at least 3 seasons down pack, and then by the time you guys are watching the mid season 2, then working on the next one. I hate when they do that. I hate that shit a lot, bro. Because then I'm always looking for it and it's not there, and it's just like, okay, the fuck, man.
That's how House of the Dragon's about to be, man. We're gonna have to wait 2 years for that,
bro.
shit.
But I stopped. That's what made me stop watching it, because I was watching it, I was getting to it, and then they stopped. And it's not like they stopped for like a month. They stopped for like a whole quarter. Yeah, I don't even know what the fuck. I gotta run it back all over. Nah, I'm not doing that, man. I don't have time like that. Tomorrow's not promised. Just drop it. You know what I mean? But and you know what the thing is too? And maybe they're doing this, maybe they're not. I feel like they do that, and then depending on like how society's going, they may like finesse the pen a little bit and not stick to the script and add like certain things that are like, because we're in the world 2024. You know what I mean? Like I don't have no problem with people like inserting like
The Boys.
Like The Boys.
Yeah.
Well, no. I think The Boys did a good job, because like once the season came, they gave it to you and they gave you like 30 minutes to 40-minute episodes, so you get to digest it. I'm talking about the black guys with the white dress in Game of Thrones. It's just like,
oh yeah,
it's so random, but you're doing that because like that's like in style. Like a lot of movies, it's gonna have like Hispanics and blacks in like different roles, just so it could just be like, everybody good? Okay, cool. But it's not necessary. You know what I mean? Like I'm a big Denzel Washington fan, but him in Gladiator doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing with that movie, man. I mean, I'll probably watch it, but
yeah, I mean, we have to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just because of like that particular series. But it's like, I mean, he's probably gonna wow us with the acting, but it's like what story is this? It's like a I want to at least feel like I'm believing this story. You know what I mean?
And not make it feel like forced. Like, oh, we gotta have Denzel in it, so let's like create this character just to have that has nothing to do with the first movie. Bro,
the one thing that Marvel did that always fucked me up is when they switched War Machine. I was like,
oh yeah,
Don Cheadle does not look tough at all. And now, granted, Don Cheadle, I fuck with you as an actor. I'm just saying, like, you see yourself in the mirror, bro. It's not like you buffed up for the scene. It's not like you got taller for the scene. You're still the same Don Cheadle from all those other movies. Now, you sold the part very well, but it's like, we're talking about War Machine here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, at least be equivalent to Tony Stark's stature. You're just throwing shit in there. I hate that. That's bad casting. There's a million other people that could have played War Machine.
There's an alternate universe where Terrence Howard is still War Machine.
Well, probably not, man, because I think once he found out the way the movie industry works in life, I think that he's just on his own like tangent now. That's the thing about like
he was in Empire. That's like his thing now.
Oh yeah, Empire's fire, man. A lot of people knock it, but I think Empire had a bunch of gems that I definitely learned from for the music industry, like the Even app. Right? What's another one? Bandcamp. For me, Bandcamp is like, I tell every artist, like, if you have merch or vinyl, Bandcamp, bro. Because then you get 100% of the profits out of that. Then you can use that money to refund it again and refund it again. Because the problem with artists is they're either hustling or they're working and they're using their living money to fund their music career. You know what I'm saying? Unless you have a special situation to where you have an investor, stuff like that. But even that money still has to be like accounted for. Like you need some kind of rotating income to be able to keep this thing going. So I learned that from Empire because I was seeing how they was, and they're really big on like digital and stuff. Like yo, I'm telling you, if you guys are watching this, tap into Empire if you're a music artist, and you'll see how ahead of the game they were.
I remember you been on the Bandcamp shit. You and my homie Delete Glitch have like been dropping on Bandcamp.
Yeah, I learned from Coda the Friend. So he did an interview with Cosmic Kev, and he was just like, yeah, like. This is what I do. Like, there's no other thing I do. I just do music, and then I do it on Bandcamp. And I'm like, what? Like, you have a son? Like, how are you raising your family on Bandcamp? Like, how much money you really making? Then when I went to Bandcamp, I see the platform has like over like 1 million users. I'm like, oh, okay, I get it now.
Yeah, people use it. Like, if people will support their artists if there's like ways to do it, but sometimes if all you have is music on Apple Music or something, like me listening to it only goes so far, you know.
And the thing is, like, it doesn't even tell me the person that's listened to, like, you know, like with Apple, you can buy the song, but it doesn't tell me who, so I can never thank you.
Yeah.
But with Bandcamp, it sends me an email. I can talk to the people who, anyone that's made a purchase. So like every once in a while, I'll be like, hey guys, free tickets to a show. Or, you know, because of my dealings in Tampa, I could be like, oh, I got 2 free Buck tickets. Who want to go? You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
That's dope.
I just try to keep it very like a community. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you. We got to get one of your songs played at a Bucks game, bro. I feel like Never Thought, or like at least Outside should.
We can make that work. Shout out to DJ Shizm. We can make that work. We can make that work for sure. I want to get on the next time they do like a Buccaneer song. I definitely want to get on it. My man Legit, he was on the last one, so I definitely want to get on for sure.
That and Big Baby Scumbag drops Buck songs sometimes whenever.
Word?
He's
a legend.
Yes, sir. So when Caleb Music was here, he hinted at bridging the gap.
Oh, okay. You're leaking information. All right. We'll see. I think it's going to be very exciting to put that together, because every time we work together in the studio is really good. Like we did some song called Something to Prove, something like that. I forgot the name of the title. We were just kind of just like gathering content. We weren't really supposed to do that song. We was working on doing content for like 2 other songs with Siobhan, and I'm just like, yo, let's just kind of just come in here and just like work on something. Then when we went to New York, we recorded at Cardi B studio, and we just kind of just put something together. He's always ready. That's what I will say about him. And he's dope too. I think like he's like another person where his gift is like being able to produce and sing, and then the raps are like very, very like concise, and you know what I'm saying? It has like good storytelling factors to it.
I think it's going to be big for both sides of the bridge, man. Like we haven't really had something like that ever, if ever. I mean, like I know artists have collabed from both sides and shit, but to be like, yo, this is a project in honor of that, I think it's going to be big. Okay.
I'm gonna talk. Well, I'll see him today. It's birthday, so we'll see what we got to do to push the button on that.
So what do you got coming next for like your solo endeavors?
So we got the singles that we're pushing out now. Like Woe's doing really well as well too, and then it's gonna be like a lot of visuals. You know, so I want to kind of just focus on that. Show wise, we're everywhere, man. We're gonna be in Charlotte. We're gonna be opening for Gucci Man on Labor Day.
In Tampa?
No, in Orlando.
Oh, okay.
And then we're planning to do a lot of shows back in New York and LA. So it's gonna be like, you know, we're gonna start the tour process, but we're just kind of like spoon feeding to see like, okay, what's the cost to bring the band? What's the cost to do with a DJ? Do we have enough stuff there for the DJ and the dancers? So right now we just have to just kind of like assert what we want to do, or maybe we just hop on a tour with somebody and we just go with them. You know what I'm saying? So we have a lot of options right now, but the thing that I just want to kind of just focus on now is just kind of like identifying the imagery with the music. There's a lot of songs that we have in the tuck that haven't got that right kind of that right kind of push, or it wasn't really like put out there the way it's supposed to. So we're gonna do some research and then keep it going. So far everything's going well. You know, big shout outs to Rock Nation Equity, and yeah, man, sky's the limit.
What are your thoughts on the Tampa Bay scene right now? Because you've seen it from like when you got into it and everything, and how it's grown so much over these past couple years, let alone from like when I first witnessed it like back in the day. So how do you feel about it now? You think it's in a good place? Yeah,
I think it's always in a good place, to be honest with you. I feel like the problem that they were having was the whole crab in the bucket mentality. But the thing is, like, you can't shun somebody for their opinion, you know what I'm saying? So you just have to get around it. And I think the more education that's being out there on social media, artists are gathering along, and like more people throwing shows, more people are collaborating, more people are working together. And as long as it continues being peaceful, like we haven't had no rap beef in a minute. I think that's the foundation we need to kind of grow on. And then this benefit concert is key to that. The last one that we did was at PTL. We had over 350 people, and it was on July 4th on a Monday. So if we're doing something like that, then it contests to that we can all work together. And that's with Bangarang, Siobhan, Class V, myself, Jay Brown, Bailey Legal, Data Life, who else? Taylor Moon. That's just like that's like a light work compared to everyone that's here now. There's so many more artists that have so many more emotion, different styles of music. So to answer your question, honestly, is that I want to do they want to call it Preme Palooza, but I don't want it to be about me. I just wanted to just do like a festival, but like the right way. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like to where it's like time stages, put together, still using this kind of format of like, okay, the people who do the mosh music, let's keep them together. You know, don't do like a singer, then Yism, then somebody else. Like, no, keep these guys together so that people who want to do that can go over there. So we'll see, man. I'm talking to Bulaji to see, like, cause we just performed at Raymond James Stadium right after the Apollo. So I want to see like the in and out of that. If not, then I'm gonna do it at Janice. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That would be cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the bank. I'm gonna get the money out. I'm gonna hit up Quest, and then we're just gonna do it. So my goal by the end of this year is to do Janice. That's been on my bucket list because I performed everywhere, but I need to get Janice, build my lineup. You know what I'm saying? So
that shit would be crazy. I'll definitely be at that one.
Yeah, we got to, but we gotta kill. We gotta make sure that we at least pack house for sure. You know what I'm saying?
I'll do what I can, bro. I'll definitely.
I appreciate that. The thing is, like, they have so many different individual rooms. You can do a live pod room. I would love to have that, but just not a live pod with just the artists. I want it to be live pod with just like people in the street type stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a sign here, like how well do you know this? And we'll have like a $20 bill here, and then I'll give you the $20 if you answer these questions, and then just turn into a conversation. Just something dope and new that people, you know, the thing that makes theme parks really cool is that like it's constant interaction with the individual that's going there. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's the noise of the roller coaster, or it's the popcorn, it's the hey, let me take your picture, or it's like the kids running around. Like there's no dull moments. And when we do this, Janice, it gotta be like a circus, like an organized circus. That way they'll trust us and invoke us to do it again and again and again.
We need it, man, because that's a dope venue, but there's never really any like local people at it ever. Mm-hmm.
Now, facts, they definitely gatekeep that a little bit. But you know, I've talked to 2 people. We can get in. We can definitely get in. I just want to make sure that everybody's ready. You know what I'm saying? Like I need everyone to clear their schedules out. No shows before, no shows afterwards, and just focus on this.
I think you got a good plan, man. It'll come together.
God willing.
So anything else you want to plug before?
Oh yeah, you guys make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share this. If there's some clips that you guys like from here, just tag me. I'll definitely reshare it. Appreciate you, man. If you guys don't know me, I go by Pusha Preme, 1-4 for the Wandering Assassins, your favorite mask assassin. Always Tampa will win. Billboard P. If you know, you know. Like and subscribe. Got music everywhere. I've made so many different styles and flavors. I might have something for you, so definitely tap in with me. And thank you again, man. I definitely appreciate you, brother. Yes, sir.
So you can find him at Pusha Preme on Instagram. And you can find me at JIt Camp 727 on Instagram and other platforms. And you can find all my work, all my articles and everything, classic reviews featuring him. Pretty much reviewed all his albums.
Facts.
Gonna give you that review for Heroes Eventually Die.
Okay.
You're gonna get
that. Not the deluxe, the regular one.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. So that's coming soon. And you can find all that on jitcamp.com, where a jit can be a jit. Peace.